I'll sleep when I'm dead. Let's get after it. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prize Picks early look video. We only got the Knicks and Atlanta game up here. That's all I have up on the board for this early look. I really only found one play that I did like, and then there's a couple leans. I know some of you don't like when I on the fence with a few plays, but hey, I'm not going to give you plays just to give you plays if I'm on the fence with them. I'm going to give you the data, and hopefully, you can dig in a little bit more, decide if it's something you want to play or don't want to play. But there are some lines that are really close that I'm unsure which way I want to go, and we'll talk about those. But there's one play that I do like out of this game. It's a massive 11-game slate tonight, so we can really dig into this a little bit later. I'll do another video where we have a full board, and there'll be plenty to choose from. But hey, it's early in the morning, haven't slept. Let's get out a video and let's just dive right into it. But before that, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, it means a lot. And we'll just keep chugging these videos right along, and hopefully they provide some value for you. Main video we did yesterday, we ended up going 3-1. We missed on the Booker under rebounds, but we hit Curry over rebounds, Lowry over assists, and Vooch over rebounds as well. So, yeah, we're just going to dive right into this. And this video is brought to you by Oddsjam.com. Go check them out. You can get a free 7-day trial over there. And I'll show you a little bit about a screen and option that they have where you can kind of see their odds. It's really easy to find the best odds using their site. So we'll check them out as well. But let's just go dive in real quick and check out this first game here that they have on the board with Atlanta and the Knicks. Let's go. All right, as you can tell, we don't have a whole lot of plays to talk about, but we'll talk about them. We'll go through them. And then at the end, I'll give you the one play that I do like. But we'll go through, might as well just go through all this and kind of just talk about some of these plays and some that kind of stick out and some that are on the fence. There are a few that are just kind of borderline. I don't know what I want to do with them. But there is some trends on one way or the other that you could look at. If you don't have an account at Prizepicks.com, make sure you use that promo code DFSARMY. Get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. And also, if you want to check out our Plus EV tool over in my Patreon streets, we had a lot of screenshots last night. I'm going to bring up and show what we did last night in the books. We ended up about 3 units ahead, which was pretty decent. And we'll kind of bring this up real quick so you can kind of show you what you get if you do decide to come over in the Patreon streets. So yeah, we hit the SGA one, kind of tilted me a little bit with Giddey coming. I had this out earlier in the day, and then Giddey decided that they wanted to play him, which is kind of tilting. So we did miss, on the assist, because I wouldn't have played probably either one of them here. And I mentioned that. With Giddey getting ruled in, we got lucky and SGA hit the over points, but I definitely wouldn't have played it with Giddey playing. Rudy Gobert only took like 1 shot or 2 shots. It was horrendous. But anyways, hit our 2-unit play with Vooch, got our over 3 units there, and then we hit a bunch of our Prize Picks plays as well. So if you want all this, want to see this is basically how it looks like every day when I put up plays, which I put up each and every day. So that's what that looks like. And then if you want to check out the Plus EV Picks, this is what it looks like. It updates automatically every 5 minutes. It takes the book and it takes the book line and the PowerPoint Prize Pick line, and it kind of just does the math and gives you the positive EP, the best play in math, just with the lines and the odds at the top. So you get access to that as well for the price of lunch. So hey, let's just talk about this stuff. Let's start with the one I'm on the fence with first, because I went back and forth with this a ton. And that is RJ Barrett. Now, he's only went over this one time in 6 games this year. And a lot of this has to do with Brunson coming over and shooting the ball a ton. And he's just not getting all the shots that he used to. Now, he's still getting a bunch. In that Charlotte game where he put up 22, he put up 21 shots. He put up 17 and 10. These other last 2 games, 19 and 15 here. And it's, the minutes are there. I mean, he's averaging 35 minutes a game. It's just he hasn't quite got there. Now, Atlanta is ranked 22nd in points allowed, 7th in three-point percentage allowed. and the juice is on the under at -120. So I'm on the fence with this one because he's going to get there at some point. It's just that line is probably right where it should be. I lean the under, but I don't know if I could really pull the trigger on that. Looking at more points here, we talk about Brunson a little bit, 18.5. This opened up at 17.5, so it's already been pushed up to 1 here. Again, like I said, Atlanta is ranked 22nd in points allowed. Juice is on the over at -130 at the 17.5 mark. I don't know if I love this at the 18.5 either. Again, he's splitting shots with RJ Barrett, Randall, and I just don't know if I love this either, but I thought I'd throw it up there. The juice is kind of on the over as well. Julius Randle sitting at 18.5. It hasn't moved. And again, he's only went over this in 2 of the 6 games he has played. So it's really tough here. The juice is on the over at -135. I just don't know if I want to take it. Those guys all take around 15 to 20 shots a game. They are their offense. So then you got Fournier shooting threes over here. I don't want nothing to do with him. Then on the Atlanta side, Clint Capella, he's basically just out there to rebound, but I don't really want to touch him. He's went over his line in 3 of the 7 games that they've played. Mitch Robinson, anytime you get 6.5, I am not touching that. DeAndre Hunter, one of those guys that just, I don't know. I just can't touch him. He's just at that point, 13.5. He is not a guy that's, Collins is going to shoot before him. It's going to be DeJounte Murray, Young, and Collins. Hunter's way down on the pecking order there. So the other one I'm kind of leaning on was, looking at John Collins a little bit. I think I like his rebounds a little bit more, even though for some reason it's juiced on the under. But points-wise, he's only went over this mark in 3 of 7 games as well, so it's hard to trust that. But it is juiced over at -125. So, again, the one that I'm kind of leaning the most on here is RJ Barrett. And then the one play I do like in this game, as we'll talk about here, is I'd take this one more than 28.5 points here. Now this opened at 27.5. If you can go, in your books, -165 at that 27.5. He's went over this mark in 4 of the last 5 games that he has. I'm sorry, 3 of the last 5 games. He did miss it there. Only put up 28 points against Charlotte. The Knicks are ranked 19th in points allowed, 25th in three-pointers allowed, and he's taken quite a few of those. Milwaukee, again, you beat the Bucks at 3-pointers. He shot 10 of them, shot 50%, 5 for 10. Didn't shoot so well against Toronto. They struggled there. Only shot 1 for 5, but shot 6 here, 7, 8. So you can beat the Knicks here from the 3-point line. And Trae Young's not scared to shoot him this year. So, I do like this one. I wish we would have got at 27.5, but I still think he can get there. I still think he puts a 30 burger up here. DeJounte Murray, kind of been all over the place. Some good games, some bad games. I'm kind of just stay away from that. Over to rebounds real quick. Like I said, a couple ones that I on the fence with over here as well. And because all the lines I feel like are right. So RJ Barrett is, I think, one that you can kind of look at to lean on. 5.5. Juice is on the over at -130. The Atlanta's ranked 23rd in rebounds allowed, 26th in offensive rebounds allowed. Juice is, like you said, on the over at -130. He's went over this mark in 3 of the 6 games they have played and just missed those last 2 with 5 each. Played Atlanta 4 times last year, went over it in 2 of them with 7, 3, 5, and 13. So, again, on the fence with that, it's probably where the line should be at. Clint Capella, another one kind of where the line should probably be at, like 10's a fair number for him. That opened up at 10.5 in the books out there, and I would have took that under. The juice is on the under at -135. At 10, I'd probably leave it alone. That's probably where the line should be. The Knicks are ranked 28th in rebounds allowed. He can get some boards. Look at the Knicks last year. He put up 21 on them back on November 27th, then 9 and 6. So I'm kind of leave it alone, but if I had to lean one, it'd probably be the under, but I wish it was at 10.5, then I probably would have took it. John Collins is one here that's puzzling me a little bit. Now, the juice is on the under at 8.5 at -140. But the Knicks, again, are ranked 28th in rebounds allowed, 21st in power forward defense. And he has went over this rebound prop at 5 of 7 games. So 5 of 7 games, he's went over this, and at a good clip, too. So, I'm trying to dig into here and see, what I'm missing with the juice so much on the under. The stats are saying that, rebounds that they struggle with. He's playing more minutes this year. So it's like one of those things I want to say I lean on more than 8 rebounds here, is where even though the juice is on the under. So it's one of those things where I'm not really grasping that one too much. Don't really want to touch Randall at all. Same thing with Trae Young. DeJounte Murray usually gets a ton of rebounds, but last few games, not so much. So it's one of those things where he's juiced on the under as well at minus 135. I'm just going to stay away from this because he can always put up 8 or 9 rebounds in a hurry, and I think I would stay away from it. So the ones I would really, I'm looking at the Barrett over and the Collins over on both of those. Is kind of where I'm sitting at with those. Assist-wise, I don't think there's really anything to get after this either. Jalen Brunson at 6. It's open at 6.5 with juice on the minus 150 on the under. Don't really want to touch that. Atlanta is ranked 8th in assists allowed, so they don't give up a ton of assists. And at 6, if it's at 6.5, maybe we would look at it. But at 6, I don't think I'd want to touch it. So again, that line's pretty right. DeJounte Murray line open at 7.5. It's sitting at 7. He's went over that mark in 4 of the 7 games he's played. Just kind of want to stay away from that. Trae Young sitting at 9. It opened at 8.5 with juiced on the over so it got pushed to 9. So he's sitting at 5 of 7 games. He's went the over on this one. So if you feel like taking a shot at this, I don't mind it, but I do prefer the points. And that's basically what I'm looking at. There's really nothing 3 points allowed, and there's nothing that stood out with me in terms of looking at the points, rebounds, and assists. Let's head on over real quick and check out the Oddsjam, oddsjam.com real quick. I want to kind of show you how we can kind of find some lines and some value here. So this is their board where you can kind of look at. I got NBA pulled up. It's got all the different games. If you want to see different player props, you can pull them up here as well. If we want to go to player rebounds, you can pull up everything here. Different sports books. Has over 100 sports books you can choose from. This screen right here is absolutely free. If you want to try their Plus EV tool, or if you want to try some of the things I'll show you here in a second, you can get access to that as well. But again, this is kind of just pulls it up, kind of sees everything that's going on here. Let's pull up RJ Barrett, right? Over is minus 119. DeJounte Murray, it's got plus 115 at 6.5. So yeah, it's getting pushed on the under as well. So this is just a quick little screen you can kind of, again, check out. If you want to try their tools and everything that they offer, they have a 7-day trial. You can sign up. I got the link in the description below. But let's check back and just kind of go over this one more time. Again, Trae Young, only one looking at points over 28.5. And then everything else that we're kind of leaning more towards the rebounds, like leaning RJ Barrett over 5.5, Collins over 8. It's just one of those things where I think that's where you're kind of leaning. I don't think I would touch really anything else. And we got, again, 11-game slate, got a full board, coming up. So around lunchtime, I'll knock something else out. So that's what we're looking for. I'm sorry it wasn't a ton of help for this early board, but they don't have a whole lot out, and there's not a whole lot of value here with this game. It's not a super exciting game to begin with. So that's where I'm kind of sitting with. Hopefully it helps you in the research process. And again, if you want to check everything out, we have over in the Patreon streets, you can check all that stuff out. And hopefully we'll keep putting up winners here. So with that, again, appreciate each one of you guys. I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.